What's up, everybody? One Fun Guy podcast live in the studio. Just wanted to say hi real quick, guys. Normally I'm on with Kelly. We are the Pod Cult. We decided that we were going to do a bi-weekly show now. So we're going to go every other week, but he was busy tonight, so I thought I would just come on to let you guys know what's happening. On my show, I just wanted to thank Elliot for being a great guest. If you guys haven't subscribed to Calamity Comics yet, please do that. Elliot's awesome. He's got a good thing going on over there, so if you can please support him and what he's got going on at Calamity. Obviously, guys, if you support me and the One Fun Guy podcast, if you can go to my YouTube channel and really, subscribe there, that would be a huge help, guys. Obviously, my YouTube channel is where I want to grow. So if you are a fan of me and what I'm doing, guys, please, YouTube is where I'm at. One Fun Guy podcast over on YouTube. It would mean the world to me if you could go over there and subscribe. Jen, what's going on? Gloria, what's happening? Guys, if you're on, say hi. Please let me know you are here. Say hi. Tell me what's going on. I am just trying to get myself situated real quick and share the show out. No big deal. Just give me a second, guys. If you're on, say hi. Tell me what you got going on. How was your day? How was your Thursday? It's almost the weekend, guys. So normally when I come live, guys, I'm live with Kelly. Obviously, we do the Pod Cult, but we've changed some things up. So, excuse me. Not a big deal. Just letting you guys know what's going on. Can't get right. What's going on? So say hi, guys. Share the show. Do all the stuff. I am just hanging out tonight, guys. Like I said, I was live with Elliot the other day. We were having a good time. I'm just going to share this out to a few people, guys. If you're on, say what's up. Those of you that have been on here a while and have followed me, you guys know that I do the Pod Cult. Tonight, guys, we're just changing things around a little bit. It's not a big deal. I'm just trying to get a few things straightened with what I got going on and try to figure out some things with time and stuff that we have going on. It's not a big deal, guys. I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. Me and Kelly are still doing our thing. We just kind of have busy lives. We got caught up with some stuff that's going on, and we still want to be here for you guys, and we still want to put on an amazing show, and we still want to entertain you guys with everything that we got going on. It's hard, right? Because we're here and we're trying to build our community and grow our channels. And he's doing all his stuff over on Discord and making new music. I'm over on YouTube. My podcast is going really well, guys. I'm trying to up my subscribers on YouTube. So if you could please head over there and subscribe, that would be awesome. I do a podcast when I can, guys. I used to do one a week. Now I just do it when I get my guests lined up and I square them away. I wanted to do it pretty much bi-weekly and take time doing the Pod Cult one week, doing my podcast the next week, then a Pod Cult on my podcast and back and forth. But it's just so happened I've been like back to back with all of my podcasts. So, which I'm not complaining. It's awesome for me, guys. But it is hectic when you're trying to make a schedule and everyone wants to be on and you want to share yourself and you want to share them to the world, which is what I always try to do for my guests, is get them whatever they have going on, try to share them out and get everything going with what they have. That's always my goal, is to make, my guest in the best light possible. And that's always what I want to try to do. But it just sometimes doesn't happen that way. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So, Fuzzy, what's going on? Thank you for liking the live. I really appreciate that, guys. So, like I said, as soon as I get to 1,000 likes, generally that's when I hit the FYP. So I'm just trying to share it out to a few people, guys. If you're on, say hi. If you're new, welcome. I am just trying to get everybody here a chance to hang out with us and get the show going like I normally do. Like I said, guys, I have gotten in the habit of going live with Kelly. He's got stuff going on now, so obviously things are a little bit different. Not that it matters, we're not canceling the show or whatever, but he's making music now and he's doing his thing, and I'm super happy for him. I'm super proud of him. But for us, it's just kind of like it was our thing doing the pod cult, and now I don't want to deviate from that because I still want him to be a part of this. But, at the same time, I still have to put content out over on YouTube. So I thought I would come live tonight just to say hi and thank everybody. Fuzzy, I am. Thank you so much. Hopefully I hit the FYP and I get a few more people watching. If you guys could all share the show, go to my YouTube channel, guys, One Fun Guy Podcast over on YouTube, and subscribe. That helps me out a ton, guys. But yeah, I'm just kind of rocking and rolling, doing my thing. And Kelly has been a huge part of what I'm doing. So at this point, I'm, really, really happy that everybody here is still with me and still supporting me. I'm going on a year and a half now of podcasting, and it's been awesome. So, 1.535 and K are the boost numbers now. Maybe that's it. So Fuzzy, hopefully I can get to 1.5 then and see what happens. It depends on who's on. Sometimes I have 8-9 people watching me and I get to 10K relatively quickly. Sometimes I may have 3 or 4, and I'm totally content with that. I love the people that are in my group. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been OG with me since the get-go, thank you for keep coming back. I have my core group, and I'm always trying to grow and expand. And, I always throw it out there. If anybody wants to be a guest on my show or knows somebody who would make a good guest, please let me know. I would love to have them on, and I love meeting new people. I love networking. I try to make my podcast the most, influential thing that I can. So, I really take the time to do that. So B, what's going on? I miss being here. TikTok has been really good to me. I cannot lie. Excuse me. I've been really successful with the friends I have. Fuzzy, thank you so much for the support. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm at 1.8 now is what it says, but it's amazing that, I meet new people and I get new followers and new subscribers and people that really want to help me. And it's an amazing feeling, like to have the community that I have and build what I have. It's great. I don't know what's going on. Fuzzy, where are you from? I know you're probably relatively new here. But tell us a little bit about you. You got me to 1.5, so I guess I should kind of know something about you. Welcome to the One Fun Guy Podcast, guys. This is my channel here on TikTok. I usually go live on YouTube. Like I said, I create weekly content, guys. I wish I had time to go live on TikTok more. I just unfortunately don't. I wish I had the time to do it. I know a lot of my friends do. I make shorts, I make reels. I'm always posting, but going live has been kind of my, not a downfall, but I don't get my algorithm really going because I should be going live more. I just do not have the time to do it. I go live pretty much once a week, and I stay on for about an hour or an hour and a half. Excuse me, guys. I got something in my throat. I don't know what it is. But normally I go live for about an hour to an hour and a half, one day a week. It's usually Thursdays, and I'm usually with my buddy Kelly. And I usually come on at about 7 o'clock, and he usually hops on about 7:30. I am a little bit later tonight, guys. He just had some stuff going on. I don't really know what's going on. Some comments were filtered. Tap with an eye to review and approve. I don't know what that is. I don't know why this is doing this, but oh well. But either way, guys, thank you for the love and support. It really, truly means the world to me. Each and every one of you guys who have been here with me and have helped and support and grow the channel, I really, really appreciate it. It does mean the world to me. So I really, really, really appreciate it. I love my group. I love the people I'm with. All the new people that have been on, all the OGs that have been here, I really appreciate it, guys. I'm still growing my YouTube channel, so if you can go over there and support me, One Fun Guy Podcast over there, that would mean the world to me. I know I have a little bit of time left here, guys. I don't want to stay on super late, but I am here now. Just for a little bit, I just wanted to come on to tell my viewers thank you, and really that I appreciate the support. The love is awesome. I really appreciate it. Everything that I've done has been because of you guys, so I never take that for granted. I always thank you. I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you guys for being a part of this, being a part of me, liking my show, sharing my stuff, getting me out there. I really, truly appreciate it. I don't know who's on. Somebody's asking me to co-host, and I don't know who that is. I don't really want to go live with anybody tonight. Not that I'm being rude or anything. I just don't really want to. I'd rather say hi. Hey, friend, nice to see you too. So hopefully, everybody that's on here, welcome back. I really appreciate you guys being here. Everything that you guys have done has been awesome. I really appreciate it. The love and support has been great, guys. Follow Kelly, guys. Go to his Discord. Kelly Arsenic is awesome. He's my buddy. He's my one half of my podcast. He had some stuff to do tonight, so Sass, it's nice to see you too. It's been a while. I appreciate it. I been super busy. I don't come on here, guys, as much as I want to. I wish I would come on here more, but I just do not have the time to do it. I really don't have, the time to do it. Hold on, guys. I'm just replying to some comments. Sorry, I don't mean to be shaking everybody. I'm on my iPad, and I'm just trying to reply back to all the people that have said hi. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I like I said, my podcast is going well. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, guys, One Fun Guy Podcast over there. It's in my bio. I just came on tonight just to make a quick video, and I want to download it and get it up over to YouTube so I keep my algorithm going. Me and Kelly, I always post everything we do together. He's got his new music. Check out Arsenic. He released 2 songs. He's working on a third. His life's dream is to always make music his career, and he's trying now. Almost, I don't want to say again, because he has been successful at music before, but when we talk privately, he always says, I really, music's my passion, and I want to make music my livelihood, and I don't want to knock down everybody's dreams, right? I really want to support him and make it where he can do that, right? Where music can be his livelihood, where he makes money making music, selling music, producing. So I'm happy for him, but he told me, he's like, I have to back off. He's like, I just don't have the time to do it. Maybe we could do bi-weekly. I said, sure. I'm like, whenever you have time, you have time. I'm super busy, guys. In my life, I got a ton of stuff going on. So I'm always busy. I'm always doing stuff. So for me, I'm doing the stuff that I can do. I'm doing my best to make this the most successful podcast that I can. Like I said, I leverage TikTok more for networking than I do my podcast. I come on here, I make a few videos, I make a few clips. I try to be as buoyant as I can when I'm here. Try to make it the most successful, but I'm not live on TikTok every night. I'm not one of those people that come on and, spend, hours and hours and hours and hours on TikTok. I just don't have the time to do that, guys. But the time that I do have on TikTok is precious to me. It really matters to me, and I hope it matters to you. That's why I do it. So when I come on, it's just me talking into the camera. Normally I have Kelly on, and we have a topic that we discuss, and it's usually about music or art or performance or things that are going on in the metal community. But co-host another live. Awesome. If you ever want to come back here, Chica, let me know. You could hop on with me. I don't mind. I didn't really plan on staying long tonight. I just wanted to make enough content where I could get my numbers, remaining on TikTok, because I haven't come on in a while. It's been 2 weeks now. And I really wanted to make a video so I could post it to YouTube, to keep my algorithm up on YouTube. So that was the reason for coming live tonight, and just to say hi to everybody that's here and that has been on. I know Ellie just hopped on. She's a mod in my group, so she's been with me for a while, pretty much since the end of last year. We met in November, and just let me know. We could say, yeah, absolutely, I'd love to do that. Like I said, normally I come on with Kelly. Maybe we could do like next Thursday. If Kelly gets stuck doing something or he's not here, maybe we can go live and talk and, tell us what you got going on in your world and what's happening on your end of TikTok. Like I said, guys, I leverage TikTok more for networking. It's not my go-to, obviously. I do not spend the amount of time on here that maybe I should, or that TikTok says I should. I don't know. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to do that. I come on live once a week. I usually stay on for about an hour. Me and my buddy, we talk about music and hard rock and heavy metal, and we usually have the subject and we kind of deviate from it, and we incorporate it with what we're saying, but then we always kind of come full circle back to it. And it's just super fun. Kelly's a great dude. I met him on here, and I wish him nothing but the best. But, he told me, he's like, hey, I got to back off. I got some stuff going on. I'm really focusing on my music, and I'm happy for him, because that's what I want. All I've ever wanted on TikTok was to meet people and help them achieve their goals and their dreams. And if I could do that in a little bit, that's fine. I will send you a reminder, Chica, for sure. But you know what, Kelly, we just kind of clicked, and we kind of just, had like-mindedness, and music and all the stuff that we were doing just kind of flowed in, and, it wasn't really anything, outside of the norm. So we just were like, hey, let's do this together, because we both like talking about music, and, he wanted to promote his podcast or his Discord, and I wanted to promote my podcast. And I had actually had Heather on, and she was a great guest. And so I told Kelly, I'm like, let's just do this. I was like, you want to be on, and you want to get people, and I need to get people, and it just made sense. And so, obviously, like I said, we have our lives, things happen. Everything, manages to move in the right direction, and he just took off with his music, and he wants to focus on that. And I can't knock him for it, because, I had my podcast, and I brought him on to do this with me, and it was great. And we did everything we could. What's going on? We did everything we could to make the podcast successful for the pod called. And we did that. We got a ton of new viewers. We got a ton of new people. His music thing was going great. My podcast was going great, and it just made sense. But unfortunately for now, in our current situations, I need to build my algorithm up on YouTube. He's got his Discord. Life happens, and we're still doing the pod cult. We're not going away. We're just going to cut back a little bit. But like I said, it's not a big deal. I'm still here. I'm still going strong. The One Fun Guy podcast is still going strong. So I just thought I'd come on and say hi real quick and see what we had going on. Cindy, what's going on? Short stuff, what's happening? So, I just wanted to say what was going on, and thank Elliot for being a guest. Elliot was good. Ducky, what's going on? How have you been? How are things? Ducky's kind of old school. Diane, what's going on? Another OG. We just got some people. Ducky was one of the first people I ever met on TikTok. Her and Michelle and Melly Mel were nice enough to invite me into their live one night. That was probably last February or March. Not this February of 24. They were the first people I've ever met on TikTok. So Ducky's been here since the beginning. They were nice enough to get me on. We all are, Ducky. Everybody's trying to get through every day. It's one day at a time is how you have to take this world now. But yeah, Ducky was one of the OGs. She was one of my first. We met in March. That's right. That's what I thought, February, March. And we were just on one night, and we just started talking, and the four of us hopped on, and then, it just kind of went from there, and that's kind of where we've been. So, I mean, it's... Like I said, TikTok, I always tried to leverage TikTok as networking. I loved the amount of time that I spent on TikTok, but it didn't work for me. I know a lot of people use it and they go live all the time and they try to. I never did that. I just went on to meet people, have fun, talk about what I wanted to talk about, and if anybody wanted to join me, they could join me, and that was kind of it. I didn't have a goal in mind for TikTok. I did not want to be an influencer. I did not want to do a TikTok shop. I did not want to be one of those people that just tell everybody to touch my face and give me gifts and send me. It was never that. I just wanted my eyes. People who had their eyes on me here, I wanted to get them over to YouTube. That was really all I used TikTok for. I met some great people along the way. Kitten, what's up? I met some really cool people along the way, and it's been nothing short of awesome. I've met a lot of people. I've networked a lot of people. I don't regret meeting anybody and having fun and doing all that stuff. But now my focus is on my podcast, and that is primarily on YouTube. I still use TikTok to network, and I still, I couldn't do the all day, every day thing either. It was too hard, going live for 6 or 7 hours, every day, or every other day was tough. And kudos to the people that do it, that can go on and they want to make this their livelihood and they want to get, 2,000 or 3,000 a month to supplement an income. Absolutely awesome. I never had a problem with anybody doing that. If anybody wanted to make TikTok their livelihood and wanted to get gifts and support an income or duel a family or do any of that stuff, absolutely fantastic. Like, live your best life. If that's what you want to do, do it. That was never my goal or never my dream or never my incentive when I started TikTok. It was to leverage people, to network, to get on my podcast. And I've never deviated from that. All the people I've met, all the people I've had as guests on my podcast, anybody who's been on, it's been great. It's been absolutely phenomenal, but it was never my goal. My goal was never to be TikTok famous or TikTok wealthy or any of that. It was just to have fun on my podcast and leverage people to get on my show and to network and to meet new people and the creative minds and all the influencers and all the people that I've met and I've had fun with and talked to. That's all I've ever wanted to do, was just meet cool people, hang out with cool people, have cool people in my life, and grow my YouTube channel. That was it. And it still is that way. I love TikTok for what it is. I love meeting new people. I love being able to talk to people, to get to know people. But YouTube is where I want my success to come from. And there's no secret about that. If I could supplement my podcast and I had 10,000 YouTube subscribers and I was making a few grand a month on YouTube, that's where I want to be. That's my goal, and that's always has been. Have I been there? No. I think I just am a shade under 500. I need 1,000 to monetize it. Once I hit 1,000, my goal is going to be 10,000, then it's going to be 100,000, then it's going to be 1 million. So, obviously I'll get there. I'm not selling myself short, but it takes time. And luckily for me, I have it. So, I just keep focusing on my podcast, doing my thing, producing, editing, developing my podcast is what I'm doing. Obviously, you can see my background's changed about 7 or 8 times. This is what I've set on now. My ultimate goal is to get a TV behind me, and that way my screen is there. But I love everything that I've put up, right? It's just part of my life, right? These toys I've had since I was in college. They're over 25 years old, the Kiss ones. The Halloween ones, same thing. I've had these when I was in college. I graduated college in 2002. So if that tells you anything, some of these toys now are over 20 years old. They're a part of me. My buddy James got me the Vampiro one. It's a limited edition. It means the world to me. Ellie got me the book, right? Awesome. Perfect gifts, right? They're just who I am, and things that I've gotten and things that I had, I really want them to be in my podcast and to be known. So if you guys are new here, and you're here, say hi. If you're new, say hello. If you're hopping in for the first time, please be a part of my show. Follow me back. If I follow you or you follow me, let's grow the community. Let's grow the people. Let's grow the network. That's all I want to do, guys, is just grow. Personal growth, spiritual growth, podcast growth, everything. I just want to be a part of it. I want to live the best life that I can. I want to be the happiest I could be. I want to be the most influential I could be. And I really feel like doing my podcast helps me and it helps others. And that's what I've always wanted to do. The people that have been a guest on my podcast, I want the best for them and what they've got going on. I just had Elliot on. He's working on a comic book. It's coming out at the end of the summer. It's his first one. He's super proud of it. I'm happy for him that he did that. I want the world to read Elliot's comic book. I want everybody to be a part of Calamity Comics. I want his children's book to be the most successful it could be. That's all I want. You know, he has his life. I have my life. All my guests, everybody in my community, they have their lives, which is awesome. And that's exactly what I want. I want everybody to be happy, and I want everybody to live their best life. That's all I really want for everybody, to be happy and to enjoy the little bit of time that we have here on this earth. It's not forever, guys, right? I've said that it could end tomorrow. So while you're here, just enjoy it. Live the life that you can. Be the best that you could be. Oh my God, the dogs. You know, that's why we love them, right? If they weren't annoying, we wouldn't have them. So, but like I said, guys, you know, I'm not trying to preach or do anything, but life is short and life is precious. Live every day to your best of your ability. Be the best person you could be. Be the happiest person you could be. Live in the now. Don't dwell on yesterday. Don't really plan the future, right? Just live in the moment. Every day counts, right? You go to bed tonight, you wake up tomorrow. Don't plan for Saturday. Live your life tomorrow. Buy the thing that you wanted to do. Have that cup of coffee. You know, we all live in this kind of like, oh, well, I'll wait, or there's no point in waiting. I'm not saying overspend or you know, don't you know, save your money or spend it foolishly, but you have to treat yourself to the little things in life. If it's something you've wanted and it's not that expensive, if you can afford it, pull the trigger and get it. Make yourself happy. Do the little things every day that will ultimately be the big things, right? Be nice to people. Be kind to people. You don't know anybody else's circumstance, right? I'm guilty of it, right? The person in front of me is driving like an idiot. I'm on the horn. And I will lay on that horn hard. But I don't know what's going on in their life. Maybe they just got laid off from work. Maybe they were just told their project wasn't approved. Maybe they were just told that, you know, they're not going to get the raise that they wanted. Maybe they were told, and here they are just trying to get home, and then you have me behind them honking the horn, making things worse. You know, we're all guilty of it, right? But you never know what everybody else is going through, right? So, you know, just be kind. Be open-hearted, have a little bit of sympathy, have a little empathy, appreciate life for what it is, and try to help those that you could help. That's really all we can do, right? It doesn't cost anything to be kind. It doesn't cost anything to help, right? If somebody says, I'm going through some stuff, be the person that says, hey, my phone is here. Call me if you need me, right? Because that phone call might change their mindset. You might be the person that they're looking for advice from, and they're not going to come out and ask you for it. But if you offer it and they take it, what is it worth? Nothing. It's free. Your heart and your mind are free. They're things you can't buy. You can't put a price on advice. You can't put a price on sympathy. You can't put a price on empathy. If you're kind, it doesn't cost you a dime. And if you could make somebody else smile or make somebody maybe a little bit happier in your day, why not do that? We're all human. We all have our ups and we all have our downs. We all have good things going on in our lives, and we all have things that we could change. We just have to live our best lives and make the people around us happy. And that's really it. That's kind of my go-to. I just wanted to put that out there into the universe. I'm not going to stay on too much longer, guys. I just want to thank everybody for understanding me and Kelly's situation. We just want to try to get everybody some insight as to what's going on with us. Hey, Kim, what's happening? But I'm not going to be on too much longer, guys. But like I said, just be kind, just be nice, have a little empathy, have a little compassion, and it will go a long way. With that being said, though, I just want to thank everybody for being part of the One Fun Guy podcast. I want to thank everybody for being a part of my little TikTok universe here. And I just want to thank everybody for supporting the One Fun Guy podcast. If you guys can share it out and tell your friends about me and have them subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. But with that being said, guys, good night, everybody. Good night, TikTok family. Good night, One Fun Guy podcast family. I will see you guys on the flip side. Thank you all for being a part of this. Thanks for the love and support. And thank you for everything. Frankie, what's going on? I'm just about to say bye. Frankie is one of my friends from college. Kim, I've known for 25 years now, so it's just, these are the people that mean something to me, right? Kim and I have been friends for forever. We're helping one of our other friends get through some stuff right now. I've known Frankie since 2000, so these are my friends. These are real life people that I know. So thank you for everything, guys. Right? Yeah, scary, right? We met. We were still in high school. It's crazy, right? To think that we met in 98. So I mean, it's crazy. But again, this is life, guys, right? It comes full circle. People come in and out of your lives, you reconnect, you redo everything. This is what it's about, right? This is why they call it social media, because it's social, right? You meet the friends from your past and you reintegrate into your life, right? And like I said, Frankie and I went to college together, right? We've been friends for a long time now, and it's like you look back and you're like, I cherished all those memories in college, and watching her grow as a human, and same with Kim, right? Where we're at now, we're in our 40s, right? And it's like, what lives we've led and what we've done and what we've accomplished. It's awesome to look back and say, you could be proud of your friends and proud of what they've done and the success they've had and the people they've met and the encounters and the stories, right? So that's what it's all about. That's what life is about. It's maintaining those, friendships and maintaining those stories and all the stuff that you look back on and you laugh at. And because like I said, guys, life is short. It's not guaranteed. I know that more than anybody. I'm lucky to be sitting here in front of a camera talking to you guys, right? With all my health stuff. I'm glad that I'm able to do this, because I shouldn't be here right now, but I am. So that's why I take advantage of every situation, every life experience, and every goal that I made. I just want to set. I'm totally content and I'm totally happy in my life, and that's where I want to be. I want to live every day to its fullest and make every day count, and that's all I try to do when I wake up in the morning, is live the best day that I can for that day. Because like I said, yesterday, you can't change it. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, so live in the now. With that being said, though, guys, I am going to hop off. I am the One Fun Guy podcast. Thank you all for being a part of this. Send me messages, guys. Send me people that you think would be a good guest. Keep in touch. Subscribe to my podcast, One Fun Guy podcast, over on YouTube, and we'll go from there. I'll see everybody next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk soon, and I will see you all next Thursday night. Take care, everybody.